All right, guys, we're live. Our first live stream, and I have with me my special guest, Chris the Dirty Neil, dude. Everybody, welcome him, dude. So
What's
what's up,
going
man?
on, man? Great to see you.
Yeah, dude. Hey, you look good, man. You look
Thank you.
more you look more red than pink nowadays.
Yeah,
I'm
when I
actually
moved.
wearing your color, dude. Look, I wore it for you.
Oh, there you go. I'm glad you did that. I guess maybe the desert environment doesn't agree with my blood type. I still get pink though. I went fishing the other day. I got sunburnt like crazy.
Oh, look, check this out, dude. Look, Hamilton.
What he's gonna say? I'm fat, probably. Damn, he's fat now. Bust
Dude,
out
that's
the bust out the weight and tape.
hey man, you just start sucking it in, man. Dude, that's hilarious, dude. Yeah. Oh man.
Well, I am a plumber, so I gotta live up to my stereotype. I had to gain a little bit of weight and show my
Well,
ass crack when I go to work.
I think we all gain weight when we get out of the military, dude.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, shit. It's been hard, dude.
Yeah.
Especially you have crazy hours.
Well, I mean, I work 40 hours a week, usually 8-hour shifts, depending the
Yeah, but
job
you
I
wake
work.
up early, right?
Yeah, I usually get up depending on where I got to work. Usually up by 4. Usually start work at 6:30 and work till 3. Depending. That's subject to change depending on where I work.
Right. Damn, dude. Well, I mean, how has it been since you got out? Are you happy to be out?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, man, talking with you guys has like reignited it. It makes me miss it more, and
Yeah.
I didn't hear from people for a while, and then I think it was like Jack Ryan that really started reaching out to me more, and I started talking to you guys, but it's nice to be out, but I still, I miss it.
I
Some
think
days.
we miss our friends, right?
That's what it is. You definitely miss your friends, and the civilian world is nice. I got a lot of good friends in the civilian world, but it's not this, it's not the same. A regular
Yeah.
civilian job is not. You don't have that cohesion like you have in the military, where you got each other's backs. Sometimes in the civilian world, certain people,
That's my wife.
they care more about making themselves look good than their guys.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Um, dude, plus we're all going through like a real crappy time together too, and it kind of brings you together, right?
Yeah, it definitely does. Like the embrace the suck kind of mentality, as they say.
Yeah.
But I think definitely some of the best friends I ever had were when I was in the army. So different kind of mentality when you get out. Definitely.
I actually I always say the best and worst people I've ever met have been in the military.
That's a good way to look at it.
So,
Because not everybody in the military is a outstanding citizen either. I think
oh
it all
yeah.
comes down to morals. If you're a shitty person morally, the military is not going to make you better. You know,
Oh yeah,
if
absolutely.
anything, sometimes it enhances those shitty qualities in people, but it also makes people better too. I guess you meet some of the best people you ever known in the military too.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for doing this live with me. I think I told you like a month ago that I wanted to do like live specials and you were going to be part of it. So you got, first of all, thank your wife. I appreciate her for
Yeah,
letting
she
me do
she she saved the day with the headset because
it.
I was definitely not prepared.
I know, dude. I hope more people continue to watch this though. Like I kind of just did this one on the fly because remember the other day you're like, you'll drop another podcast, and I was like, I really don't know. And I did this, so I didn't really get to plan it out or talk to anybody.
Right.
So, but yeah, dude, it's the Army's 250th birthday, the best and worst job I've ever had.
Yep, that's definitely true.
Like, and I know you're me personally. I think you're like one of the nerds about the military type shit.
Oh, I love history. You know what I mean? That's a big reason I actually joined the army was history, and that's one subject in school I always did well in.
Yeah. I think the what's 250, so what, 1775, huh?
Yep, June 14th, 1775.
Golly. And it happened to be the president's birthday too.
Yep. Yeah. There. I was watching Fox News before I got on, and he's doing the uh, present and review stuff with all the units, which was pretty cool to watch.
Hey, give me your Trump impression. Dude, I know you got one, dude. I know you got one, dude.
When it comes to Army history, nobody knows more about Army history than me. Other people that know history, total disasters, believe me.
Yeah.
Could be anything.
Dude, that is good. Dude.
Happy Father's Day to the best father the world has ever seen. I know a lot of other dads, total disasters, believe me. Everyone agrees. And it's going to be a great deal, and we did it, and they loved it, and it was perfect.
Dude, that is freaking hilarious,
I'm
dude.
working on it. I still,
Dude, hey,
I still
dude,
got the impressions. I still do it. It's a
dude,
gift
that is
and a
freaking
curse, you know.
okay. So can you do like do Siqueido and Trump meeting?
Oh man, that's a tough one. Oh god, I gotta think about that for a minute. I probably.
All right, well, good. Ah, dude, that shit is hilarious, man.
Hey, why the fuck you so orange? I spray tan quite a bit. Fucking hair's all screwed up. What the fuck is with that? A lot of people like my hair, frankly. When I go on the golf course, it gets messed up. It's just the way it is. I could probably do a better one if I had
Dude,
some time. I
it's
didn't,
yeah.
I got to credit Matt Husted always did the best Siqueido impression. I was always
Oh
more
yeah,
known for my Sergeant Beatles impression. You remember
dude.
him?
Yeah, I didn't really get to meet him or hang out around him as much as you did, but
I knew him pretty good.
when you would make fun of him, it was hilarious though.
I didn't make fun of him. I impersonate. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. So I never impersonated people to make fun of them. I always just did it because I don't know. Even if nowadays, if you work with me and you got a distinct sound and voice, I'm going to get an impression of you. That's just the way it is.
Dude. Oh man, you're still good at the impersonations. I like how so ironically the little cover photo on Instagram of that video, dude, it picked you by itself. I didn't do that. I don't
No?
know when you scroll down and it has you as the Hitler,
Oh
dude.
yeah. I would have thought you. I would have thought you picked that one. I dressed up like I,
Dude,
I I put on the Hitler mustache and gave a safety brief.
yeah, dude, that shit was funny, man.
Yeah,
No,
I
what
noticed.
was it?
I noticed. I noticed you took it down. I didn't know if it was might
No,
offend people.
no, it
Just
doesn't.
fucking went away.
No, it does it automatically. The photo's still in there, dude.
Good.
I was trying to find one of your other photos, and I was like, "Where the hell are all these damn photos, dude?" And I was like, "Ah, screw it. I'm just gonna put this photo, dude." But nobody, unless you were there, you wouldn't have gotten it, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought I sent you that picture of me dressed up like Hitler, and then I had the one. You got the one with me holding the shotgun that Jack Ryan took.
Yeah, that's a good photo, dude.
That's a
The
good
bur-
one. The burner.
yeah, the burner, and dude, that's hilarious, dude. Well, 250 years old, the United States Army, man. I actually, what is like the worst story they've ever done, like the Army's ever done to you? Like where you just got rammed by the green weenie, dude.
Oh man. Well, I mean, everybody.
Hey, give me your top five. Or do you have five good ones?
When I got rammed by the green weenie.
All right, hold on. Let me show like the green weenie for everybody that doesn't know is the Army's private part.
Oh man. I don't know. Maybe when they sent me to WLC when I had like 4 months left in the army, and then they wouldn't promote me, but I went to WLC for some reason, and then right when I graduated, I started out processing.
Yeah,
That
that's
would have been a good green weenie moment. I did, not
yeah,
that it really did anything to me, but I asked. I was like, why don't they send one of these guys that re-enlisted that's going to stay in? You're wasting the school on me, and then I was literally getting out of the Army like 4 months later.
Dude, that is such an
That
Army
was
thing
a
too.
green weenie moment, I guess, if I could think of one off the top of my head.
I don't know, man. I have a lot of good ones, dude. Like when we were at 136, I remember one time when we came back from deployment, the birds shit all over that little formation area in the middle.
Oh, that's just God. That's not the green weenie.
No, no, no. Hold on, let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened. So they made us mop the pad with mop brooms, dude, to clean all the bird crap off, dude. It was freaking stupid, man. It was so stupid.
Yeah, mop the rain.
Or pull up the weeds from the rocks, remember by the smoke pit and shit?
Yeah, yeah. There was always stuff like that. Or you
Yeah.
trick the new guys into taking an exhaust sample on the striker. And you tell them to dispatch the vehicle. They had to go get an exhaust sample, and they'd be like, "Well, what's that?" I'm like, "You got to take a big black trash bag, and you got to hold it up against the exhaust when it's running, and then you got to capture the exhaust fumes and bring it to the mechanics." And the kid's up there with a bag trying to catch the exhaust.
Dude,
That was
man,
always a good one.
that one of the what is the hollow spots, right? The hollow spots in the striker.
Yeah,
Dude, you get a ball peen hammer and you go hit around the striker, dude, to find hollow spots. Dude.
or the best was when you tell them to go find a pricky six. Go ask Sergeant what's his face for the pricky six. Like, hey, well, guess what? You found one.
Damn, dude. Well, I guess we should go on with the show. What I asked to do, man. This has been funny. I mean, random stuff's gonna pop up as we go.
Yeah, I figured. You told me
So
to try to be funny, so I had to do something.
I kind of tasked Chris here to do Army history for us, and I guarantee there could be hilarious stories along the way. Um, so do what happened? You still with
Oh,
me?
yeah, I am. I don't. Oh shit! I don't know. Did my camera go out?
Oh, dude.
What the fuck?
Go hit settings. Hit settings. Okay, there we go. All right, there you go. Now I can't hear you though. Here, talk. No, talk. You're still muted. Sorry, bear with us as we go through technical difficulties with the dirty. Oh, his device disconnected. All right, we're gonna jump back in here in a little bit. Let me see if I can get him. Well, this is awkward. I just want to say to the 5 people listening, thank you so much for the support. And I, I, man, I really miss, like McNeil said earlier, I really miss all my friends that, um, I really miss all my friends that, I deployed with, and I'm actually gonna invite him again here. Let me get him on real quick. I miss everybody I deployed with and I served with, and it's been it was challenging at first, and I know that a lot of people still struggle with the brotherhood type thing. And hold on, he's calling me. Put on speaker. Hello,
Hey, I have no idea what just happened.
dude. Fucking
My computer
hey,
just fucking shut off, dude.
hey, Houston was like, I guess leprechauns aren't good with technology.
Fucking ass.
Hey, is the computer dead or what?
I don't know what happened. It just fucking stopped.
No, but is the computer dead?
No, it's not dead. It just like kicked me off.
Hey, I resent you the link, so why don't you come back on,
I'm trying. Hold on.
dude?
I
Houston,
don't know if the thing needs to be updated or I don't know. Fuck, I'm gonna have to use the iPad again.
But do you have an external outlet on there or no?
Hold on a second. I'm backstage still. What the fuck? Your browser can't access your devices. Close any other applications that might be using your mic and camera.
Dude, this is fucking funny, dude.
I know. Oh, I was so pissed because I fucking.
Hey, you were on a roll for a little bit, dude.
It just stopped. Mic working? No, it's not working.
Hey, dude, it's not working. You need to connect our mic and cam.
Yeah, I just everything was fine.
No, but hit settings and then hit camera, dude.
Camera. Yep.
Okay, make sure it's the front
Integrated
camera.
webcam. Yep. High definition.
Uh-huh.
Camera. Audio. Yeah, I don't know. Fuck. Yeah, I don't get what. Is this thing? Maybe her computer hasn't been turned on in a while. Maybe it needs to be updated.
Hey, I'm just letting you know, dude. You're on speaker, so everybody can hear what's going on right now, dude.
I don't know. I'm having some serious issues.
Dude. Oh, dude. No wonder in gangs in New York the Irish lost, dude.
Yeah, well, we were too busy drinking. I probably shouldn't have had a couple drinks before I came on. Yes.
I mean, how do you even know? Yeah. Oh, dude, we got 6 people on, dude. That's good. I don't know who it is.
Yeah. I'm trying to get on here. Hold on. I might have to go back on my iPad.
We'll go on the iPad.
Fucking Bill Gates and his goddamn Windows.
Hey, go on the iPad, but rotate it so that way the mic isn't covered up at the bottom here. Like, I'm gonna send you another invite.
Okay, yeah, hold on.
Let me see.
Jesus.
Dude,
yeah,
this is freaking
better shit.
You can't plug in your headphones at the bottom of the iPad?
No, I don't have it.
What? Dude, why am I not surprised, dude? You just want me to fix
Actually, I might be able to. Hold on. Who's that?
It was Siri.
I might be able to. I have a fucking adapter in the basement I can go grab. Give me 1 second.
Okay,
Let me see if it'll work. I have no idea. I hate Windows computers. The thing just shut off on me.
Here,
it just stopped working. I
think
it needs to be updated. Can you fix it? I don't know.
Hey, dude, look,
right.
Siqueido's on here too, dude. Hey, Siqueido, your boy Chris McNeil has totally ruined today's live stream, dude.
I know. I lost my
hey, I'm about to get Houston Hey, Houston, comment if you're cool if you want to come on, dude.
Let me see if I can get this thing working.
Look, hey, I just said Houston if he's good to come on, dude. So let's see.
We'll see if he can save it because I'm trying to get on here. The fucking thing kicked me out.
Hey, look, hey, Siqueido's laughing. I'm about to freaking get Siqueido on here, dude.
Good, get him on. Just let me get in.
Siqueido, can you come on? Let me know, Siqueido. I'll send you a link.
What? I don't know. Let me figure it out. I'll get on the iPad. Oh, Jesus.
Dude, this is freaking hilarious.
I know.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I can hook up the fucking head.
Hey, I can hear you. Did the thing. Just I hung up. There you go. Oh, there we go.
All right. Now can you hear me?
Hey, let me
we got it.
Let me get Siqueido, dude. Let me see. Here, look. Let me invite Siqueido too.
Is this thing on?
Hey, you're talking
fucking
way
Windows.
Too fucking loud. You're talking way too fucking loud, dude.
Now I'm too loud?
Yes. All right.
How about now?
No, dude, you gotta turn down the volume on the settings through the thing, dude. Siqueido, I sent you a link on your email, bro.
All right, why don't I just try this?
Better?
No, dude.
How about now?
I'd rather you go back with the loudness.
All right.
Hey, so go to settings. Go hit the little settings icon at the bottom.
There isn't one. Hold on, more settings. Here we go.
Okay, hit
Audio.
audio and mic volume.
Mic volume.
Hit mic volume.
There isn't one. It says echo cancellation and automatic. Hold on. All right. Tell me when. You like that?
It's a little bit lower.
All right. How about that?
Oh, that's perfect. All right.
All right. Good. Done.
Oh, okay. So yeah, as I was saying, when McNeil was having technical difficulties, I really started this podcast because I missed all my friends, and even though when I became an NCO, I really didn't have like close friends like I did when I was with you guys. So I don't know if you felt that way when you were a corporal. I don't know.
Yeah. No. Definitely.
Like, what was it? What was it like, dude? You're like, hey, now I'm a corporal in the unit, dude.
Oh, I didn't get corporal.
I thought you were a corporal.
Nope.
Oh, well, that's probably a good thing then.
No, maybe. No,
dude.
I made specialist.
Oh, you're a specialist.
Yeah.
Well, everybody gets you get made.
Yeah,
specialist.
I mean that's where all right. That's where it ended. That's where it ended for me then.
Dude,
I feel like you set me up for that one.
Dude, you would have been sergeant, dude.
I mean, if I had stayed in, maybe they sent me to WLC for it. I guess.
Yeah, dude, man. What was I gonna tell you?
Learning counseling statements really helped me when I was fucking running pipe in a building.
No.
I actually counsel my apprentice from time to time. You know, I sit him down and we do a monthly counseling.
Hey, look to this out, dude.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah. Hey, Houston, I heard you do the best Sergeant Siqueido impression, dude.
He does.
I don't know if you heard the Dirty's impression right now of Trump's. It was amazing, dude. It's hilarious.
So, do you want me to do it again? I know we kind of had some issues with Bill Gates and his fucking technology.
hey, can you do like Biden and fucking Trump, dude? Or Obama? Can you do Obama?
Having them all talk to each other? Oh man, that's a big ask. I mean, I could kind of do Biden. Like, I remember what?
Do Pratt meeting Trump. First Sergeant Pratt meeting Trump, dude.
Hey, where my motherfucking shooters at, Roger? I'll send you 3 shooters. Frankly, they'll be the best, most brilliant shooters you've ever seen in your entire life. They'll pull KP. They'll clean the dishes. They'll scrub all the garbage, believe me. I need a couple shooters for KP. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to send you the shooters, but if you're going to yell at me, I'm not going to send you anybody, frankly. I don't need to send you anybody. I have the best shooters the world has ever seen. They've shot better than most people have ever shot before.
And what I mean by lean forward, dude, do the lean forward part, dude.
I'm going to go ahead and lean forward and play a round of golf with President Trump. You can go ahead and play golf with me, but I got to warn you, my handicap is second to none, believe me. I mean, I could do Biden. I don't know. Biden's mainly just like, I remember the year was 1901. I was just a little boy. I was living in a 2x4. My friend was a snail, and I used to ride him to work. I used to deliver newspapers. Yeah. I don't know.
Hold on. Let me see if I could give... Dude, I think we'll get the video taken down if I show him the Hitler picture of you.
Why?
Because it's Hitler, dude.
Why? That mustache was in regulations when I had it.
No, but it
was.
Hitler is not in regulation, though.
I never said I was Hitler. The implication might have been that I was pretending to be Hitler, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just had a goofy mustache.
Let me see if I could. Let me see if I get the photo up here. So for everybody wondering, when I was talking about the rant brief, that's what we should call it, the rant brief.
It was a rant brief.
What was the rant brief about?
Just like the mission we were going on and what to expect and what the objective was, stuff like that. Who who was going, things like that.
See,
I think
now
we were about to invade Poland. That's why Hitler was there.
Dude.
Yeah, for some reason we went from Afghanistan to Poland. I don't know what happened.
Dude, no, I can't find the damn photo, dude. Let me see here.
You know how Hitler's army conquered Poland, right?
Oh, here we go.
Did you ever
Lesson
hear that
number
story?
1. No, go ahead.
You know how Hitler's army conquered Poland?
No, tell me the story, dude.
The Nazis marched in backwards, and the Polacks thought they were leaving.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what
No,
it costs.
never mind. Polish joke. Nobody got it.
Nah, dude, nobody's Polish, dude.
Never mind.
Oh man, dude, I can't get your photo on here for some reason, dude. So yeah, the army was
You had
founded
it earlier.
I know. So the army was founded June 14th, 1775. Let's see what the first uniform looked like, dude. Do you know what it looked like or no?
I think it involved a powdered wig and a musket, right?
And wooden teeth, dude.
Yeah, wooden teeth.
All right, let me see if I can get this up, dude. Let me see here. Oh shit, no, this is YouTube. Fuck that. Let me see here. Okay, here we go. Dude, don't be burping on here, man. Fuck.
I'm sorry. Apologize.
That's the.
I bet
that's
no
the
one would have noticed unless you called me out.
That's a Scottishman in you, dude.
Yeah. You know why Scotsmen wear kilts, right?
Go ahead, tell me the joke. Go ahead.
Because the sheep can hear a zipper from a mile away. It's cool. I'm Scottish. I can make those jokes.
No, you can't. You totally
yes,
can't,
I can. Dude. It's fine. It's like when black people say the N-word. I can make Scottish jokes.
Well, my look, the Siqueido's coming on, dude. Hey, so my little brother's half black. So can I put him on too, or no? Or can I make fun of him too? Let me see.
Well, if you're part black, I guess you could.
There we go. Look, there's Siqueido,
there
dude.
he is.
Hey, you nipple-headed fucking retard! What the fuck?
Nipple-headed retard. Oh man,
that's the cost of goddamn Earth. How about that shit, asshole?
Dude,
No one makes fun of Siqueido.
I didn't make fun of you.
Hey, Pinky, give me a fucking cigarette.
I quit.
Hey, look, there's Hamilton. Oh man, that shit's funny, dude. What are you doing, Siqueido?
Chilling.
Are you at home?
You nuts?
Oh, okay. Cool. Dude, freaking Dirty Neil almost ruined the whole show.
I know.
iPad going out, dude.
No, the computer went out. My iPad's working fine.
What the fuck are you up to there, freaking Pinky McNeil?
Just hanging out.
Hanging
in the great state of New Hampshire, living free or dying.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. I'm in the gem state of Idaho.
Yeah, you got a pretty nice setup out there.
Yeah, he does. He sure does.
I get to hang out with the fucking Sasquatch and punch each other.
Dude, no, we're so Siqueido actually is gonna help out a lot on this video because this is supposed to be about the army and their 250th birthday, so like the history of the army.
Yeah. Beautiful army. Ugh.
Yeah. Hey, actually, you know what? I wanna know your like worst story of the green weenie, dude.
Green weenie?
I think I know this one.
Man, I have so many. Jeez. Like
don't get too crazy with it.
I'd say one is when we got extended from Baghdad from Mosul to Baghdad. That was a big green weenie. It was like days from going home. Like, we were within 2 weeks, already shipped our shit. We were already heading out, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey man, we got a meeting down at the fucking that USO building shit." And then next thing you know, they came in just breaking everyone's heart. "You're not going home, bitches. You're here for 4 more months. You're the best of the best of the best. Enjoy it. We're like, what?
Hey, what did they do with your stuff? Like, did they turn it back around or what?
Yeah, everything got diverted, brought back. There was dudes that already back, and then they turned around and was like, oh, you're going back to Iraq, and sent them right back. It was fucking wild. That shit sucked. That was a big green weenie if I ever fucking seen it.
Hey, can you tell me the story about when you threw his hat on the ground because
I don't
I remember
where
that one.
we were. I
We're
think
at the smoking area. Of course, we were at the smoking area.
Yeah, it was a smoking area, and I walked by, and he's got this busted bill on his fucking head. And I walk by, and I look at him, and I'm like, holy shit, you're fucking pink. And then that's like, from that day on, I was like, you know what? I'm going to call you Pinky.
No, that's it. That's incorrect. You first called me Pinky when I showed up to the unit, and you said in front of everybody, since when did they start issuing us pink privates? And then you stepped up. I went out to smoke a cigarette. I was like the new guy. I was all nervous, and I went out to smoke, and that's when you threw my hat on the ground.
But you were wearing it, and I grabbed it right off your head.
Yeah, you were like, let me fucking fix it for you. And you stepped on it.
You can't be walking around with broken bills, bro.
And I was like, man, I thought this guy hated me. And then I remember, like, a couple weeks later, I went out to the smoking pit again, and I saw you. I'm like, oh, that fucking asshole's out here. I better, hopefully he doesn't give me shit. And then he came up to me, and he was like, Pinky, you got another fucking cigarette for me? And I was like, I gave him, I always kept 2 packs on me when I smoked. And then I gave him the last one of the pack I had. And he was like, this is your last cigarette. I'm not screwing you, am I? And I was like, wow, this guy actually cares about not taking my last cigarette. And then I was like, no, go ahead, Sergeant. You can have it. He was like, you got more? I was like, yeah, I got another pack. He was like, always keep a reserve pack. I like that. And then he smoked it. And I was like, all right, maybe he's not so bad after all. Maybe we can make this work. And then he bumped cigarettes off me ever since.
I just walk up and punch a motherfucker and be like, "Give me a cigarette, bitch."
Yeah, but he always did pay his dues. When it was payday, he'd walk around and pass out cartons of cigarettes to those he owed. So,
yes,
good on him.
Lannister pays his debts.
Yeah, I think it was that kid Woodby used to bump cigarettes off of him, and then he started carrying Virginia Slims around.
Yeah, that was my office. Remember the fucking smoking area? Where's Siqueido? He's in his fucking office.
Yeah, you'd learn a lot. You just chain smoke yourself halfway to lung cancer, but you'd come out knowing something.
Oh yeah, then I go punch fucking what's his name? Jeez. The little guy, he was always hilarious. Freaking, was it Michelle?
Michalski.
No,
yeah, Michalski. Was it Michalski?
Michalski.
Yeah.
I think you punched everybody.
I'd be like, hey, Michalski, what's going on with fucking PNN? And then he would just kind of fucking brief me on all the shit's going on in the barracks and, what the word is on the street. I'd be like, all right, what the fuck? I'll be out handling shit, fucking up Joe, ruining AG's life. The time I got pissed at AG, I was like, what the fuck, AG? What do you just go home and fucking sit on your couch and eat a jar of fucking mayonnaise, you fat fuck?
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, man. Remember that time I made him put on his uniform when we were doing inspections? Oh, man. It literally didn't fit. He was so fat, that shit, he couldn't even get that shit on.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, I was like, try it on. Let's see if it fits. And he's like, oh, okay, Sergeant. Puts it on. And he's like, I was like, you can't even button that shit up. That was bad. Yeah. But I convinced him to leave the Army and, because he just, no, I mean, I like the guy. He was a good guy, but he wasn't cut out for Army life. I was like, no, dude, you're just fucking hang it up. Let's call it for what it is. Let's send you home, man. Let's get you out of here. I wasn't trying to be a dick, but I was just like, you're kind of a liability. You're fat as fuck. You make us look bad. This is not good for us. Let's get you out of here. I was like, I think you'd be happier at home at fucking Fort Couch. Let's get you out of here.
Hey, actually, I was gonna ask you, Siqueido. So, like, when you first got in, you were wearing the BDUs and you were having like black boots. You had to shine them and shit. Is it until like you went to Iraq the first time that's when they gave y'all like desert uniform, desert boots, or how'd that work?
Yeah, when we were ramping up for the whole OIF1, that was when they gave us all our DCUs. And well, I mean, they didn't have enough. What was the fucked up part about it was because they were mobilizing so many guys at that time. I mean, so many divisions were actually called up, and everyone was fucking ramping up for this huge war. And they only had enough to give us 2 uniforms each. So that's why, like in some of the pictures you see where I'm in Iraq and I'm wearing BDUs, is because they didn't have enough DCUs for all of us. Because normally you get 4 sets, but they were only able to give us 2 sets of uniforms and 2 sets of boots, and that was what we rolled with. We didn't get any Molly gear. We did get the Molly vests, but we were wearing our our LCE shit over it, or we were using the Alice gear to fucking clip in our pouches on our Molly gear at the time before everything kind of got fully developed a couple years later. So it was like, I did like the DCUs. They were much more comfortable. We had to wash our own shit in the early days, so you'd be out there washing your shit in a bucket of soap and then hanging it out to dry. But they were pretty good uniforms. I mean, they were built to last, that's for sure. And they were a lot better, I think, than probably the best uniform I wore in country, just because they dealt with the heat a lot better than it was anything else.
Hey, what was it like when y'all got the UCP pattern? Were you like, this is fucking cool, or was this dumb?
At first, I mean, it was like a shiny new toy. It was like, oh, well, this is kind of cool. Why the fuck is it like grayish blue, though? You're like, what's going on? And they're like, it's supposed to be more camouflage. And we're like, oh, okay. And we worked it out for a bit. And then after a while, we're kind of like, yeah, I'm not really digging this. That's not cool. I didn't really like the Velcro or the zippers. It's not really my thing. That's why I liked it. Like right before I retired, they brought back buttons, which was nice for like your pants pockets and your jacket button up down. You don't have no zipper. It's if you get the summers anyway.
Yeah,
the summer uniforms, which is what I wore most of the time before I got out.
Hey, so first off, I want to say thank you because I think you taught old Chris McNeil very well on the striker, because he taught me a lot about the striker, and he's actually very what's the word I'm looking for here? I guess proficient in the striker. I know there's a lot of haters of the striker out there, but I think they were just kind of misunderstood in certain environments.
Yeah, I mean the striker vehicle is, people don't understand the difference. Okay, so you get a breakdown. They don't understand the difference between like the vehicles and how they function. For one of the things is that like the Bradley is a fighting vehicle. People a lot of times don't understand that. It's not an ICV. It's an actual Bradley fighting vehicle. So the vehicle is designed to for battle. So it's designed to shoot the 25 millimeter cannon and your tow missiles. Got a coax on there, and they just fuck shit up, right? And then you have your squads, which sucks because we were crammed in that bitch, and I fucking hated Bradleys, honestly. I mean, I respect the firepower, but I fucking hated Bradleys just because if you break track or they were fucking tight, and it was just uncomfortable as fuck. But not to veer off too far to the left, but then you had the striker vehicle. And the striker vehicle was much more versatile, and it was basically, it's an ICV, it's an infantry carrier vehicle, but it has its defenses. Obviously, you can run a 50 cal or a Mark 19. At the time, they were still the tank stuff was still in development, and then they were talking about putting a 25 on the strikers, but they ended up, I think, nixing that program. But ultimately, you had your air guards, and it was an outstanding vehicle for an urban environment. So if you're doing urban operations in like a city, It is phenomenal. I mean, it does everything. You got your air guards in the back. You got your gunners who can pop up and see everything, and they got the 50 cal at their disposal. We have our cameras where your squad leader hole who can see, get eyes on, the objective before dismounting. Because what sucked about Bradley's was you didn't get to see shit. You were right in the back, and they were just like, "Hey, we got contact at the 12 o'clock. Dismount." You don't know shit. You don't see shit either. Right? It's not like when you get into strikers, you can see the front of the vehicle camera, or you can switch to the gun camera, and you can see everything that's out there. And then your squad leader can get eyes on, from standing up, and then your air guards are back up there, and they can get eyes on, and then you can dismount, and you're not dismounting blind, because I've dismounted blind before. That shit sucks, but it was, it was an effective tool for that environment. Now, using the striker vehicle somewhere like Afghanistan probably wasn't a very good use of that piece of equipment. I mean, I think it was effective to a certain extent as far as troops moving into contact, and reacting, and then engaging enemy forces, because you pull your trucks up online and you have a suppressive fire element without even your gun teams online or on the ground.
Yeah,
right?
Chris McNeil saved our life one day, so
That's good.
he sure did. He sure did.
The strikers were outstanding in the Iraqi environment. I mean, they were fast. We were able to catch people, and we rammed vehicles, and chased dudes down on the streets, and we were pretty effective as a striker unit. But anywhere else, I mean, it's kind of the right tool for the job, and for it going in Afghanistan. A lot of guys who used it in Afghanistan weren't fans of it. But if you ask me, I'd rather be in a striker than a Humvee or an MRAP, because those fucking things suck. They're trash.
Hey,
I'd rather be in a striker.
Hey, Chris, what was that? What was that other vehicle we had on the cop? It looked like a fucking tank, but
it was an MGS Striker. It was like the Striker version of a tank.
Mm-hmm.
They did have those. I think we got rid of them on deployment, but they did have a tank version of the Striker.
Yeah.
Why didn't we use that shit?
I don't know.
They had too many issues. So when they were testing them, when I was in Alaska, and they were actually testing them when we had MGS platoons then too, and the problems it was a lot of power for that vehicle, and as light as it was, and then it being on wheels kind of makes it a little bouncy with that. Because I don't know if you ever seen a tank actually fire on the ground. I've been around tanks when they fired, and that's a lot of concussion. That's a big blast. That's a boom. It sends a shockwave. You stand too close to that fucking thing, it's like being in an IED in itself, But the problem was that when they would traverse the turrets on those MGS vehicles, and they would fire them, it would basically they would flip over. It would knock over to its side because the concussion blast was too much. So they had to do a lot of tinkering and trying to make that thing work, and it just had a lot of issues. And like even still today, I haven't even seen any, and I just left Fort Lewis, and I didn't see any out there. I think they ended up nixing the program, or decided to cut their losses on that.
Yeah,
costing too much money.
So tell me the story about when you're asleep in your Mustang at work.
Ugh. I don't know, man. I always slept during lunchtime. I don't know. I know that there was one time it became like a big it was a big issue, and it was actually I was in SLC. I think I was not SLC, AWLC. Was it ALC? That was one of them for the Staff Sergeant course. Well, whatever. It was a fucking stupid course, and we would have our timelines, and our timelines were offset. So they would be like, "Hey, fucking, we got this going on today," or we're gonna go do fucking Nightland Nav on the other side of town. So you got like 3 hours to go chill out and then come back here with all your gear. Well, I always kept all my gear in the trunk. So I would park sometimes if I had a long break. I would park down at our barracks, and I just take a nap before I went back to fucking the schoolhouse. And then I remember somebody took a picture of me fucking crashed out in my fucking car during that time and tried to make a big issue out of it. And I was
That's
like,
retarded.
fuck off. Yeah, it was dumb.
That's a typical Army story though, right there.
Yeah, that was dumb. Someone was trying to fuck me because they didn't like me. So they're like, "Hey, look at Siqueido during work hours." And I was like, "Bitch, I'm in school and I got 3 hours to be out because I'm going to be out until midnight. fuck off, just trying to catch some Z's before I go back at it. And they
Yeah.
tried to make it all weird and shit.
Hey, so let me ask you a question. So Chris has explained to me that you wanted to get him promoted to sergeant. What did you see in him that I was like, hey, this is gonna be an next NCO? I'm pretty sure he'd like it to hear it too.
Well, I'm gonna go all misty eyed.
I was actually gonna ask him. I was like, "What the fuck, man? How did you not get promoted? All the fucking retards that I seen get promoted." And I love McNeil. I mean, I'm gonna talk about him like he's not here, but McNeil was always kind of like my right hand man, especially as a squad leader. He was on my truck most of the time, and anything that was wrong with that vehicle, anything that came up, I was familiar with the vehicle, which helped him a lot. But also, he was a sponge when it came to learning the system, getting it fixed, PMCSs, dealing with mechanics, and then operating, and then like he was privy to my fighting style and a lot of my tactics, so he a lot of times would know what I wanted when I asked him. I didn't have to over explain shit like I was talking to some retard humping a fucking doorknob. I was like, hey, this is what I need you to do because this is what I'm going to do. And he'd be like, okay, gotcha, Sergeant. And he would just fucking handle business. But he was very knowledgeable and he was experienced and he had the time. And that's another reason why I kind of was, a little ticked off that I didn't get to go to Afghanistan with him, because I really would have pushed hard for his promotion. I would have been like, no, this guy is fucking has the potential and has what he needs to move to the next level. I don't see why you guys are holding this kid back. This is bullshit. I didn't like any of it. And meanwhile they would promote other guys. But I don't know, from what I've seen from First Platoon, there was a lot of guys that didn't get promoted that should have. And I'm a huge advocate for training leaders. You got to train leaders. That's what we do. I got to train the next crop. Because it's not just effective that like, hey, I can brag and tell everyone how great I am and how awesome I am, but ultimately it's not about me when it comes to the fighting force. It's about the guys that I train and make like me. I want other war fighters like me out there fucking shit up. I want my guys out there being just as badass as I was in my day. So I'm a huge advocate for pushing these guys to become leaders, and to take up that that torch and then move forward, so that way you can carry on that legacy and there was a lot of failures though that I seen from the leadership in that company at the time when it came to the promotion system. And it was kind of that way a long time when I was at Bliss, because the promotion system at that time period was pretty hokey, and there was a lot of issues, and that I seen, and it was always, always haggling with S1, trying to get your record straight, them losing paperwork, not enough stuff, being correctly submitted, and leaders not, following up on their guys or their promotions, making sure that the right thing happened for them. They just weren't taking care of, their soldiers or their future NCOs. And to me, a lot of times that made me, aggravated or upset. And sometimes I would rock the boat and, take shots at other leaders and a lot of times, I think that's why I ended up where I did. But ultimately, I went down with my ship. So, but that's just me. I don't give a fuck. I ain't trying to kiss anyone's ass to move up. They can eat a dick, do the right fucking thing. But McNeil had the goods. He had everything that he needed. He had the tools, he had the training, he had the experience. He had a lot of training under his belt, from going through all the field training issues that we went through and training ops, and then going to NTC and, completing all the necessary courses, to be, a combat effective company or unit. And to me, I feel that there was a lot of failures in that company that kind of just left him behind, and several others that I think should have been moved up.
There you go, Chris.
Wow, you got me all misty-eyed now.
You shut up. I'll slap the pink out of you.
No, I appreciate that. I always did feel like you saw something in me that maybe others didn't see, and I really wish you could have gone over there with us. I mean it.
Me too. But I mean, like you had everything you were always squared away. I've never had any issues from McNeil at all whatsoever. Never had any issues, no problems. Never issues of being in the right uniform. Never issues of being on time or at the right spot. Never had any fucking problems. He was always a phenomenal soldier. Always knowledgeable. He was articulate, easy to talk to. Even for me as a leader, as a squad leader, I could talk to fucking Specialist McNeil, and me and him would be at an even keel. You know. He grasped a lot of things, and he understood a lot of what I was laying down at the time, because I was operating at different levels, either whether I was a platoon sergeant, weapons squad leader, or I was the assault squad leader, which a lot of times I fought to be the assault squad leader, which is why we were first squad. But because I didn't really want to kind of hang out in the back, I was more aggressive, and Beatles knew that, so Beatles always had me in first squad.
Yeah. I thought Chris, hey man, you were a good specialist when I met you, dude, and you taught me a lot about the vehicles and stuff like that, which I needed to know.
Right. And it was Siqueido that actually, kind of instilled some of that pride about the striker in me, because we went through OpNet together, and he was on my truck for OpNet, and he kind of pushed me to get into the whole VC role, and that was kind of that was good. That was really good training too.
Let's go over the roles. Because I know we talk about the strikers, but okay, so we have the driver, and then go ahead from there, the two, right?
Well, one of them's typically the squad leader, or in my case, the Lieutenant Ryan was on my truck, so the PL was in the squad leader hatch. But the VC,
I put that in the sink because
the VC is the gunner, who's also ultimately in charge of the truck.
What does VC stand for?
Vehicle Commander.
Okay. And what are you supposed to do?
So you're in charge of the driver. You're in charge of the truck. You're also the gunner on the truck, but you're in charge of everything that goes on with that truck. And the driver kind of falls underneath you.
Yeah. And then let me ask you a question. So I felt like we only had 4 trucks, right, when we were down there. Is that typical for an infantry unit, Siqueido, to have 4 trucks?
Yes, it was normal. 4 trucks was your standard for operating platoon, because you would have 1 squad per truck. A lot of times you would split your gun teams up. So your machine gunners, you would have 1 gun team with the first squad and the LT, and then you have another gun team, 240 Bravo machine guns with the medic and the platoon sergeant. And then the other 2s, you would have the second and third squad would have a saw in the air guards, and then you would have your full squads in those 2 vehicles. So typically you're running in a striker unit, you're running a 11-man squad. You have your driver, your VC, your squad leader, and his team. So the VC's responsibility essentially is when the squad leader dismounts with his squad, because as a squad leader, I would jump out and be like, hey, VC, take over. I'm gonna go fucking hit the ground with the squad, and we're gonna go on foot patrol. The routes that we brief, blah blah blah, and then you would dismount and go do your operation. And then usually the LT is gonna dismount, and then depending on how many squads you're running on the ground, if you're running 1 squad for a small patrol, the LT would dismount. That squad, whatever squad dismounts, would link up with them. We would rotate which squads went out that day, and then the VCs would all take their orders from the platoon sergeant, and then the platoon sergeant would stay on the vehicles with the medic, and then he would maneuver the vehicles around where they need to go while the squad is dismounted on the ground. And if we got into contact, then the platoon sergeant would control the VCs and guide them into the fight, set up a suppressive fire, get the medic on the ground, whatever is needed, and then go, handle business.
Nice. Yeah, man. I don't know. Like I said, this live was supposed to be about I think Chris is doing a terrible job at it, but the birthday of the Army, the greatest fighting force in the world, and dude, I mean, we talked about it, Siqueido. We met some of the best people, we met some of the worst people, but honestly, since I've started talking to y'all again, dude, like it feels good, man. It feels like me and you, Siqueido, we didn't even really know each other, but there's times I'll call you at night and we're talking for like, hey, you're like, bro, yeah, come on, dude, 20 minutes, and it turns into like an hour and a half. But it feels good, dude, talking to like everybody again, dude. And that was my main goal, was just like, because I know we're real shitty about just saying hi to each other or whatever, dude. You know,
Yeah.
so.
But yeah, don't underestimate drunk Siqueido. He will talk until the next day, and fucking, I'm a vampire, so
Yeah,
I'll be up all night just fucking stewing and thinking about shit and getting fucked up, and just start remembering shit. And I'll be like, you know what? I just remembered. I gotta tell somebody. I'll be like, oh shit, calm down, drunk Siqueido. You fucking you're out of control.
Dude, yeah, you crack me up, dude, because I'll wake up and I'll have like 30 unread text messages, 15 voicemails, and I'm like, and what's the song he always says, McNeil?
What's the Rooster by Alice in Chains?
Yeah,
there you go. That's a good one.
Hey, I'm a big fan of the machine gun, so it was kind of the legacy is being a rooster, and just laying down Scunyon, and it was the most badass thing on the planet. You can't. I always remember that meme when they put it out. It was funny as shit.
Yeah.
PTSD, because you'll never be this awesome ever again.
Yeah, the guy that wrote that song, his father was actually a machine gunner in Vietnam. That's why he wrote the song.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
but no, man, I will literally talk to myself the whole fucking night. I mean, I'll act like I'm talking to somebody, but I'll be talking to myself, just drinking, and be like, oh yeah, I'm fucking just going off. Until my wife wakes up and she's like, "You still awake, drinking beer?" I'm like, oh, shit. I got nowhere to go.
Yeah, he never slept. I hung out with him a few times at his house, and it's like 7 o'clock, and I'm like passed out because we've been up smoking cigarettes and drinking all night. And he's like, "You want a steak?" And I'm like, "You gonna make steak at 7 in the morning?" He's like, "Fuck yeah, I'm making steak," and he would make a steak at like 7 in the morning.
Lots of red meat.
I remember when we first got back, we went and partied at Little Bit of Texas, and Michalski, him and Michalski ended up back at Siqueido's house, and Michalski passed out in the bathroom, and I had to kick the door open, and he told me to do it. I'm like, "You sure, man? This is your house." He's like, "Kick the fucking door open." I kicked the door open because Michalski went inside to puke, and he locked the door behind him.
It was even worse because he was passed out on the toilet with his pants down, and we were like,
that was right when we got back.
Yeah, that was a funny night, dude.
Shut up. Chimichangas.
I think that, dude, were you with us okay, that must have been the same night. Like, that's when I first met you. Like, we all went to your apartment first, right? And we grilled out over there.
Yes, that was it.
Yeah,
same night.
Okay, yeah. That was cool. I remember. And then I remember these two dudes were trying to fight you, dude. It was like, what the fuck is going on, dude? And you're like, "Doc, I'm a fucking brawler." And I'm like, all right.
Like, let me handle this. Hey.
Dude, that shit's funny, dude.
I don't know. I always like, especially in my younger military days, just going out, getting fucked up and starting fights and just creating fucking chaos. I always enjoyed those days. It was just giving zero fucks.
Yeah.
Break contact.
Chris likes to start fights too with pieces of wood.
Oh God!
Did he ever tell you the story about that, dude?
Well, I got pissed off and I punched a piece of wood in Afghanistan. Jeez, I almost got sent home for that.
Really?
I was having a bad day and I punched a piece of wood and I almost broke my knuckle. It was a long story.
Yeah. I thought you did break your knuckle, dude.
I don't know. Doc Bowie said it wasn't broken because they were talking about like having me go to CAF to get it looked at, but you and I missed the chopper. But yeah, I would have been pissed if they tried to send me home, but luckily they didn't. Luckily it wasn't broken. Just a stupid move.
Hey, imagine if Siqueido was there the day we missed the fucking chopper, dude.
I can't.
Go ahead. Give shout out to Hamilton. Go ahead.
What? Romine talking shit on Siqueido. McNeil do Romine talking shit. Well, I don't know, Sergeant. I mean, just because I don't buy my clothes at Hot Topic, man. I remember he said that one time. Because Siqueido was like, "Hey, how come you always dress like you're getting ready to go to the fucking gym? And he's like, well, at least I don't buy my clothes at Hot Topic, man.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, fucking Romine was alright. I remember one time because that was why I was making fun of him over the Burger King thing because we were on Main Bliss and we were doing a class or something on Main Bliss and it was lunchtime and I invited him. I was like, hey, fucking let's go to Burger King or something. I'll buy you lunch. And then like he storms off to his truck. He's like, no, sorry, I don't eat Burger King. And then he goes, I'm going to the gym. I was like, whatever, fuck off then.
Hey,
what
dude.
the fuck is Burger King?
I wish
Master Taters. He was gonna go home for Thanksgiving and have some Master Taters.
I know he starts making fun of that. Master Taters.
Man, seeing Romine at the gym on calf was always like primal. I remember we were like coming back home and we were in calf, getting ready to go to Manus, and we were at the gym and like there's a bunch of like jacked Air Force dudes in there because they had all the time in the world to work out. And Romine was like, this one dude who's like more ripped than him, and he's like looking in the mirror. He's like, yeah, man, he's like talking to himself. He's like, yeah, he's big, man, but he's not that big. His triceps aren't as big as mine, man. He might be kind of big, but he doesn't have the pecs, man. It's like he used to get Garza used to get him going really bad.
Dude,
Garza would just we had the gym on our little cop in Afghanistan, and Garza would just look at Romine. He wouldn't even say anything. He would just do that like thing he did and just look at him, and then Romine would just start mentally having an argument with himself. He'd be like, man, you're not even that fucking big, man. I don't know why Garza wouldn't say a word. He would just give him a certain look. And he would just create this whole scenario in his head, like, man, you're not even that fucking big, man. I don't know why you're looking at me, man. Just fucking storm off. Tribalism.
Dude. Hey, what did he used to say? You see me out there curling the 50 cal barrel, man.
Oh yeah, he's the one guy I saw a 50 cal receiver drop on that guy's head in the arms room, and he walked away from it.
I remember that.
He was like, "I'm okay, man." He's like, the thing fell on his head, and he just walked out of the arm. I was like, I would have knocked me unconscious.
That was a fucking nickname I always had for him. Was fucking Fat Neck. Hey, Fat Neck, get your ass over here. What is it? I used to always bust his balls all the time because he was my alpha team leader for a while, and I'd always fucking break his balls. And he was like, "Oh well, I get it. I get it, Sergeant. You can fight. I don't know that like kung fu stuff, like you do, but I work out a lot, like, shut the fuck up, Fat Nick, before I fuck you up."
Damn, dude. Hey, you should have been in. I wish you were in our text message group when Romine was talking shit to Hamilton, dude. What do you say? You see that shirt, Hamilton? Best dad in the world, man.
Best dad in the galaxy. Or he took a picture next to that guy dressed up like Wolverine, and he was like, "I'm bigger than Wolverine, man."
That's hilarious,
dude.
That was funny.
Yeah, dude. Man. It rained pretty good over here. I was actually kind of nervous, man, that we were gonna be able to do it live because it rained so bad. And man, it's just I miss you guys, dude. I'm glad I'm happy I started doing this stuff. I don't know if you guys are like
definitely,
whatever, dude.
No, I love it.
That is good shit, man. Good shit.
Yeah. Hey, so when hold on. Here's all Hamilton. Dude.
He's a vegan.
Go ahead, dude.
He's a vegan.
Yeah, Hamilton's the ultimate troll, dude.
Oh yeah. Hamilton, oh man, Hamilton used to fucking get on my nerves all the time. And like McNeil would have to talk me down. He's like, "Oh no, man, And I was like, is he talking shit? Is that motherfucker? Like, what the fuck? And he's like, no. McNeil's like, no, man, he really respects you. He likes you a lot. He just
He's a smart ass.
Fucking showing it. You know, like, because sometimes, you know, you'd be in a smart ass and I'd be watching him and I'd just be like, you motherfucker, you talking shit? You know, you'd be like, oh, no, sorry, no. You're cracking his jokes. But I loved Hamilton to death. I mean, he was always good soldier. He was always good people.
Yeah.
But there was a few times, you know, I'd be like, what the fuck? You know? I was like, you testing me? You know, like, but he was always hilarious. I mean, he would kind of freaking go through. I loved Husted, too. Husted was always hilarious. And it was always funny because you always knew when Husted was fucking, you know, all worked up and you know, I'd get under his skin a lot of times. So he'd get so fucking flustered and frustrated. And you could see it all over his face. Just like, I just don't know what to do, son. You were like, all right, Husted, calm the fuck down. All right. You know, I'd like talk him through some things. But yeah, I always loved Husted and his impressions were always hilarious.
Hey, what was that, dude? McNeil, do you remember when we got back and Houston got yelled at by the fucking battalion commander, the new one?
No, I don't.
Dude, he was like making fun of him. I guess it was about his hair or something, dude. And then he's like, I don't need to take shit from a specialist, dude. And then I fucking forgot what it was.
Oh, was that the battalion commander we had from the 82nd?
Yeah, that guy.
Didn't he get relieved because he was on like a marriage retreat or something, and then like he gave a speech, and after he was done talking, he goes, "Well, my wife's not here, so I'm gonna go out in town and chase some tail." I think he I think he did. No, that was one of the reasons he got released because he said he was at like a couple's military marriage retreat and he didn't have his wife with him, and that was one of the things he said during his fucking speech. Oh yeah, my wife's not here, so I'm out in Ruidoso for the weekend. I'm gonna go get some strange. I think he said so. That was one of he got relieved. That guy, I know that. I think Daddy threw a clipboard at somebody in the S shop.
That would make sense, dude. That dude was out. That dude was wild because all he cared about was his hair. Remember, he always said it, dude. He always was like, "Oh, as long as the grooming standards change a little bit, I don't know."
Vaguely, I don't remember him yelling at Husted though. I remember him telling that story at that marriage retreat, and I heard that he said that.
Yeah.
Or fucking remember Bates's fucking foot fetish?
Oh yeah, he had a foot fetish.
Oh, dude, poor guy. We're putting him out on the fucking internet right now.
I remember one night we would do it at SKT one night, and Staff Sergeant Roberts like yelled at Bates, and he was like, "Oh, great! Now I'm not going to be able to whack off later." And I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" Because I was on the radio in the striker, and he was like, "Every time I get yelled at, you know, I'll be in the tent thinking about some feet, and I'll be trying to, you know, have fun with myself, and all of a sudden." Sergeant Roberts' face will just pop into my fantasy and he'll start yelling at me and I'll lose it.
So fucking crazy.
I remember he said that once.
He was down when he was a private, he was down near the OP one weekend and he got stabbed in the back with a fucking stiletto from a tranny.
By a tranny. Yeah, I remember that.
What? Dude, no.
Yeah, Bates got in a fight with a tranny.
Where?
Probably found out it was a man, and you know, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah,
hey,
I don't know the full story. I just know he got into an altercation with a transvestite at that. There was a club in El Paso called the OP, and there was some characters that frequented that place, and I think there was a tranny, and somehow or another he got into it with him or her or whatever, and it took its shoe off and hit him in the back with it.
Jeez, I remember when he was a new fucking private, and they put him on staff duty with me, and he was brand new, like he didn't know his head from his ass. And I don't remember, was it you that was with me?
I don't think so. Maybe
someone else. Maybe it was someone else that was with
you.
me.
Were in 2nd platoon at the time, and I think he was too.
Yeah. Anyways, he's on staff duty with me, and I'm at the fucking desk, and you know, I kind of give him a spiel, you know, what not to do, pay attention. You know, I'm gonna be going around doing checks, heading down to the company, doing, you know, fucking NCO shit and everything. But anyways, I come back and I'm fucking sitting there, and we're at the desk, and he keeps fucking calling at ease for fucking everybody that comes in. Like a first sergeant comes in, he's like, at ease. And I'm like, dude, knock it the fuck off. You can't be calling it ease every fucking 5 minutes every time a fucking senior NCO walks in here. You only call it in once in the beginning of the day and then once at the end of the day. And, right, sorry. Okay, I won't make that mistake again. And then I'm like, okay, right, whatever. Fucking calm the fuck down, private. Well, Sergeant Major was in his office. He came in a little bit later. He's in the office. And then the fucking first sergeant from one of the other companies comes in and he called it ease again. And then the sergeant major comes out, rips into my ass, and he was like, "What the fuck? You only call it ease once a day, fucking, in the morning, and then at night when I leave for the day." He's like, "What the fuck's the problem?" Fucking Staff Sergeant Siqueido, blah blah. He starts fucking chewing my ass, puts me in the front leaning rest. Right now, I'm furious. Right, I'm so fucking pissed. And I fucking Sergeant Major, carries off with his rampage, and I fucking jump up and I flip the fuck out on Bates. Like I rip into Bates like no other. I'm like, you fucking retard! What kind of dumbass are you? Well, didn't I fucking tell you not to do that fucking shit? God damn it! I was like, you know what? Since you can't fucking recognize people or know what the fucking who you're supposed to call it ease for, get your ass over here. And I made him stand in parade rest in front of the chain of command photos. And the fucked up part was, this is my bad, it was Compton's air assault fucking graduation I had to go to, and I forgot Bates was still standing at the at the pictures at parade rest because I told him not to move until I came back and told him to fucking sit down. Like 2-3 hours later, I come back from the fucking air assault graduation, and I get back to the fucking to the battalion, and he's still standing in front of pictures of parade rest. And I was like, oh shit, all right, my bad. Bates, go sit the fuck down.
Oh, look. Hey, look, dude.
Hey,
It's Bates, dude.
Fucking Bates. Crazy fuck.
Is he on?
Yeah, he's on. Hey, Chris has one of the best of Mice and Men of him and Bates.
Oh man, I remember that with the Doe King.
Yeah, do it, dude.
Tell me again, McNeil, about what's going to happen. Well, Bates, one day we're going to have a striker of our own, and then what? We're going to have our own vehicle, and then you're going to take care of the stuff on the truck, and you're also going to tend to the Doe King. Oh, really? I mean, I'm going to be in charge of the Doe King. Yeah, Bates, it'll be your job and your job alone. Now just keep looking out over the horizon, Bates. It was something like that, man. It was years. I can't remember.
Dude, that shit was funny, man.
I remember Bates superimposed me and he took a picture of me and him, and he put Sergeant Thomas and First Sergeant Pratt's faces on it, and he made it like a gay porn cover. And he called it like dude, I'm sure if he's listening, he probably still has the photo. I can't find it, but it's hilarious. And he called it like War Fighters or something. And like, it was like me sitting on a cot in Afghanistan, and Bates like stands next to me, and I put my arm around his leg, and then he superimposed like Pratt's face onto mine, and then Thomas's face onto his, and it was called like War Fighters or something with a Z. Dude, it was perfect. It's so funny. I hope he has it.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. That was pretty hilarious.
No, I'm not talking about his. He said something. You all assholes are laughing about my cot breaking.
That shit was funny though. Dude.
I didn't even mention that. He brought that up himself. I wanted to know if he still had that picture he made. It's pretty funny.
Bates, do you have the picture of First Sergeant Pratt and Sergeant Thomas of the gay porn of the thing?
It's pretty funny.
Redistribute the photo.
Yeah, I don't have. I thought I had it, but I don't.
Yeah, dude, what a character, man!
It was pretty good. He did a great job. Like he superimposed the faces and everything. It was funny. I'm sure everyone has it. No, I don't. I've looked.
He just said he doesn't have it.
I don't know who else does.
Damn it, Bates! Get together.
And
pull it up.
Yeah, Bates, come on, Bates, show it, send it to me, and I'll share it right now.
Oh, it's funny,
dude. That would be crazy if you showed it to everybody right now, dude.
Fucking Bates, man. Crazy ass dude.
He said he has to dig for it.
I'd have to dig. Shit.
Hey, what about Mark? You remember old Mark Smith, dude?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Hey, what was he bragging about? The 50 chicks that he had sex with. That shit was funny as hell, dude.
I don't remember that.
Dude, he's like, I need to get to that magic number 50.
I'm gonna have to throw it out there though. I was gonna say, Bates is always hilarious, but he always reminds me of that Adam Sandler movie, the one with Steve Buscemi and where he's got the list of people he's gonna kill and he puts on the makeup.
Oh, Billy Madison.
Yeah, Billy Madison, and at the end, he shoots the guy for fucking losing his shit, and Adam Sandler's like, I'm glad I made friends with that guy.
I'm glad I called that guy.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, he's listening to like ELO putting lipstick on.
Yeah, they're fucking gonna go murder someone.
People to kill.
Hey, Siqueido, what is up with your like you giving McNeil so much shit about liking MASH?
Oh yeah, he yelled at me one time for liking MASH. I remember that on staff duty. I had back in the day when DVDs were still a thing. I had my, we always used to watch movies on staff duty, and I had my DVD binder, and I had all, I'm an old school movie guy. I got all the fucking Death Wish movies and Clint Eastwood and stuff. And he's like, let's see what you got for fucking movies. And he's like looking through my movies, and I had like season 1 through 3 of MASH, and he actually like legitimately chewed my ass for liking MASH. He was like, what? You like MASH? What the fuck is this shit? He was like, you like watching a bunch of fucking pogues do pogue shit at a fucking hospital? And he went off about, Korea was a serious fucking war. My grandfather was in Korea. This shit was fucking tough. He was like, you fucking sit there watching MASH, bunch of pogues drinking. He was like laying into me. And I was like, dude, it's a fucking TV show.
Why are you so fucking angry?
Yeah, he was like, why is he yelling at me? And he was serious. I was like, I don't know, it's funny. But no, I do remember that. That was one staff duty story. I remember that.
I was like, that shit's not fucking funny. You got a dumbass in there running around in a fucking dress trying to get out of the military. Fuck that faggot. Like, fucking retards. I fucking hated that show. Couldn't stand that show.
But the whole point was they were the best doctors in the Army, and when it came time to do their job, it got all serious, and then it would go from like funny to serious.
It was too gay. I don't know. My dad used to always watch it. And
I used to watch it with my dad. That's how I found out about it.
Yeah, my dad would always sit there and watch it and thought that shit was hilarious, and I was like, this is fucking stupid. I hate this show. I hate it. Passion. Still do. I don't know. I won't even watch it. There's certain shows that I just, and it's not. I mean, I get it. Some people were like, oh, it's got that military thing about it, whatever. But it was like all those shows in that time period, I kind of despised. Like Cheers is another one. I fucking hated that show. Laverne and Shirley, I fucking hated that show.
Don't tell me you hated Green Acres. I love me some Green Acres.
Crazy fucking 80s sitcoms that always came on around 5 in the afternoon and shit, and I just fucking hated those shows because my dad would watch them and it was just fucking boring as fucking stupid.
Oh man! Actually, I can't even say that I've watched MASH or any of those other shows.
I don't know. MASH was all right.
Yeah.
Calm down, fucking Turbo. What is it, Bubble Guts?
Dude, he keeps burping, dude.
I don't know, man. I had a big meal. I ate some of that haddock I caught this week.
What, you chugging dick juice? What the fuck is wrong with you?
No. That's only on Tuesdays. Thursdays for the boys.
Yeah. Man, no. What was that? What is that fish you caught, dude?
Haddock.
Oh.
Yeah, we went haddock fishing Monday.
Let me go ahead and pull up a haddock, dude.
What the fuck is a haddock?
You must. Anytime you get fish at a restaurant, it's probably haddock.
Nah.
Was it Atlantic salmon or something?
No, it's a white fish. It's almost like cod. No.
Well, you can't afford cod? What the fuck?
Well, it's half the fun's going out catching it. Oh, I can afford cod. That's the whole point of fishing.
Tell me, I fish all the time. All right, I eat like salmon and steelhead, trout, and normal shit like Alaskan cod or halibut and shit. But
it's a haddock, right?
That's a haddock. They got the big fucking eyes. They're in like 200 feet of water.
oh, ain't that special?
It is.
Go to haddock fish. No fucking heard of it.
You can't eat the freshwater fish around here because of all the mercury.
Well, yeah, that's why I don't eat Atlantic salmon because it's fucking trash. Shit's all dyed and fucking, injected with full of crap.
Well, these haddock are pretty natural. They caught them 20 miles off the coast.
I mean, this looks pretty good.
It is. You've definitely had haddock before, man. It's pretty common.
No, the fuck I haven't. I've never gone to a restaurant and be like, "Hey, give me the haddock with the side of asparagus." No,
maybe it's a New England thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a New England thing.
Do you think when they make like fast food sandwiches, is that a haddock or what?
I mean, haddock's pretty expensive.
Oh, so then it's not. Then how would I have had haddock, dude? If it's. Expensive?
I mean, I'm saying it's not a cheap fish. I mean, I think they use cod a lot for like the fast food fish sandwiches. They're similar.
Yeah.
Same thing with striped bass. That's a big deal around here. I love catching striped bass. Those are good eating.
Striped bass. Striped bass.
Bass.
Rich khakis.
Dude, that's funny,
the accent comes back, and then everybody around here thinks I sound like I'm from somewhere else.
Nah.
Well, I mean, obviously, we develop our own. Like in the military, you develop your own accent. So, in the Army, we have our own accents and stuff, and I think it comes from an accumulation of many accents combined in one. Like when I talk shit, I talk all kinds of shit, and a lot of times I sound like I'm from the South. Like, I go up to run up to somebody, especially if I'm grilling privates and shit, be like, "Hey, you nipple-headed fucking retard, get your ass over here. Get in the front line and rest, fucking dumb shit. Why is your uniform all fucked up? You look like a fucking bum. I almost gave you my fucking change." Like, what the fuck?
Oh, dude. You guys are wild.
But I mean, the old Army used to be very predominant South, though. It was very especially when you get to Fort Benning and you get all those fucking ladies yelling at you in the chow hall. Next mine, next mine.
What you want, baby?
Oh, sugar. What you gonna have some grits?
Come on, next man. What you want?
Dude, I keep trying to find this picture of McNeil dressed as Hitler, but I can't find it.
Great. You're gonna get them fucking socially fucking exterminated.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I have this picture too.
They're gonna do a blitzkrieg on my house.
Yeah, they're gonna cancel fucking McNeil. Next thing you know, I gotta come in on a fucking goddamn rescue mission and go save his ass from a bunch of blue-haired hippies. Yep.
Not at my house. Maybe when I lived in Massachusetts.
Yeah. Damn, I can't
Some
get this
35-year-old lesbian that looks like a 50-year-old man, fucking boy haircut, blue hair.
It's just a fucking convoy of Subarus driving up to my house.
Kitty slap his fucking pink ass.
I drive a fucking Subaru, McNeil.
I drive a Nissan, and that's, I don't know. The Nissan made all the tanks for the Japanese during World War II.
Really?
They did. Nissan was the Japanese war machine.
Fucking assholes.
I didn't even know that, dude.
They did.
That's why they ran.
Yeah.
Hey, do y'all know why we went to like a ceasefire with like North Korea?
It was a stalemate.
Because didn't they push everybody back up or whatever?
Well, Truman wouldn't let MacArthur go in past the 98th parallel, because General MacArthur was actually relieved in Korea. But he wanted to push the North Koreans back into China, and Truman actually put the kibosh on it, so he wasn't allowed to do that. That's a big reason why we lost, or we didn't achieve victory.
Asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, Truman's the same one that dropped the bomb in World War II as well.
He's like, you know what? I think I've fucked these dudes enough. Let's give them a break.
Yeah, MacArthur didn't want to. He wanted to fucking go all the way.
Well, I guess now you know how fucking Patton felt when he wanted to go into Russia.
Yep.
Man, we had some good generals, man.
Yeah.
Yep, we did. It was
And now
MacArthur
all
that said,
generals are shit. All trash. A bunch of wannabe fucking politicians. Don't get me started on generals. I'll fucking spend half the day bashing those fucking retards. I hate fucking goddamn top brass. Those fucking douchebags. They are so fucked up, it's not even funny. Especially everything that unfolded with Afghanistan and everything. Or even, it was like, you guys are supposed to be the fucking top strategists. Like the smartest motherfuckers when it comes to this shit. You know, you're out there fucking supposed to be playing chess, and you nippleheads running around like, oh, we didn't expect this to happen. What rock were you living under? You know, what? Oh, are you flying? You're the Black Hawk from base to base. You know, fucking jerking each other off. Oh, I'm special. Everyone look dressed right, so I can show up and ask you stupid questions. You know, but then when it comes to them doing their fucking job, they fall on their goddamn face. You know, and then nobody fucking says anything. Oh, well, you know, we didn't anticipate this. Well, any fucking idiot who with fucking half a mind that's at least spent fucking more than 4 years in the military and been deployed overseas could have seen that shit happening. Like, what rock are you living under?
that photo was taken right after I failed art school. Hey, the mustache is in regulations, though, just so everybody knows. The Hitler stash is authorized. It didn't exceed the edges of my lips.
Hey, was it before or after you broke your hand?
That was before. Yeah, the whole Blitzkrieg thing didn't really sit well with me. That's why I broke my hand.
It was a failed operation.
Yeah. The whole Normandy thing kind of sent me into a tailspin. Punched a table at the Eagle's Nest.
Oh man, dude. Well, yeah, man. I'm glad you guys came. Well, thank God Siqueido came and saved the day because McNeil was totally fucking it up.
Had some issues with the computer. Fucking Windows. The iPad came through though.
Yeah.
Who uses computers? What the fuck?
Well, because I got an iPad, my microphone wasn't working, and he was like, "I can barely hear you." So, I went and grabbed my wife's computer, and it hadn't been updated.
Grab my iPad and
my
iPad. My computer. Fucking Bill Gates.
You think I talk like Ray Romano or something?
You talk like fucking Kermit the Frog.
Hey, come on! I thought you were doing Ray Romano.
Well, my Kermit the Frog's terrible. So fuck.
I hate the way my voice sounds on camera.
I think we all hate our voices. I don't know. I can't stand my own voice either.
Yeah, especially on camera.
Yeah, I feel like I sound like an idiot, but it is what it is.
Be like, you don't sound as cool as you think you do until you hear yourself, and then you're like, "Fuck, is that me? Damn."
Damn, dude. Yeah, well, yeah. Like I said, I appreciate Siqueido coming and saving the day. McNeil, thanks for almost ruining it for 10 fucking minutes. And
I think we saved it.
Yeah, we got another one coming up, Siqueido. If you don't mind, if you want to come back on July 4th, 4th of July special.
I will be drunk, that's for sure.
Yeah, we'll do the 4th of July special. I'll get with you guys, and hopefully Romine can get on the 4th of July special. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Get Romine on there so we can complain about the gym. And how he never eats Burger King.
Yeah.
I love Romine now. He's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
Oh, look, I have this other picture of watch. Let's see. Let me screen share. Sorry. I don't know why this thing is so laggy. Oh, it's waiting.
Hey, there he is.
Yep.
You stupid.
Dude. You said crack cracked me up, dude.
The pipe really does it for me.
But yeah, guys, that's about it for this live. That I know there's not that many people watching, but I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys being flexible with me, and McNeil and thanks Siqueido for coming to save the day. We're gonna be back live again on 4th of July, right? Talk about the independence of America, and hopefully McNeil steps up with this game about some Army history.
I got it written down. I thought you were gonna grill me on Army history. I was like, "Fuck! I better write some Army history down."
It's like I better know some shit.
I better sound smart.
Nah, dude. Honestly, I really didn't know, but like you're always like into that history shit. Like,
I love history.
He's always sending me stuff about like 136 and shit. And I'm like, dude, I had no idea. So,
They had a lot of history in World War II.
Yep.
I think a lot of them did. I mean, like every single unit has been, got lineage going as far back as the fucking
except the Rakkasan
1800s. They all go way, way, way back. When I was in 122, I mean, geez, all the banners and wars and shit that they were in was fucking insane.
Except the Rakkasan,
22nd
right?
Infantry Regiment.
That's the best unit, right?
No one gives a fuck about the Rakkasan. Oh, you real Matori. You take your Japanese shit and shove it up your ass.
Dude.
I've heard it for many years over the fucking Rocketons, and I was always kind of like, nah, let me put that on my I don't give a shit list. Because everyone writes their own history, and I'm a firm believer in that. We are masters of our own fate. So yes, it is always good to respect history, and but when it comes to looking back at other units, I think there's a lot of stuff that is overlooked, just because people get, pushed into a certain direction and, high speed units. What if the Rakkasans wasn't in the 101st? What if they were in 3rd ID? Then nobody would give a shit about their lineage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
It's just the unit, So
yeah.
We're all soldiers. We're all fucking masters of the weapons.
Except me.
Killers in our own right. We're kings on the battlefield. And you crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the women. Don't get me started on Conan.
Best fucking movie ever, bro.
Yes. Greatest movie ever made. It's my number one. But I got to get out of here. I got to make dinner for my kids.
All right, guys. We'll see you 4th of July special. See y'all later.
Peace.
Take it easy.